I'll never forget the first time I was in Eastern Europe. I was in a former Soviet bloc country, and I was in an old dictator's palace. I was working with a prime minister. There was no longer Soviet dictatorship, but democracy had not been around that long. I was working with a prime minister, helping him prepare his speeches, his presentations. And we're in this dictator's palace. I'm surrounded by armed guards with big machine guns. It's a beautiful palace, beautiful lakes, isolated area. And the prime minister says to me, TJ, do you mind if I give the speech in my native language? I said, okay, we'll record it, we'll look at it. So he stands up, he proceeds to read his speech, blah, 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 blah. I'm recording the whole thing. We play it back. And then he turns to me and says, well, TJ, what did you think? Now, the truth was, I thought it was incredibly boring. Monotone, dull, dry. It wasn't the fact that I didn't understand the language. It's just nothing was moving but his lips, no eye contact, nothing. And it was monotone. But I'm a little bit nervous. I wanted to tell him it's incredibly boring, but I'm in Eastern Europe. I don't know anyone. I don't know where the embassy is. I'm surrounded by guys with machine guns. But I finally said, you know what, he's paying me a bunch of money to be here and coach him. I'll give him my honest opinion. So I said, Mr. Prime Minister, I have no idea what you said, but with all due respect, you bored the heck out of me. He looked at me, his eyes got big, he sort of glowered. Then he looked at the video, he looked back at me and said, you're right, it's incredibly boring. I hate it. And he took the speech that his staff had worked on for months, he tore it up, balled it up, threw it on the trash can. I said, okay, Mr. Prime Minister, now it's time to get to work. We rolled up our sleeves, got a clean sheet of paper, and I said, let's brainstorm on every message you really want the voters, your citizens to know on this topic. We brainstormed the messages. I said, let's narrow it down to the top 5. Now give me a story for each one. Now come up with a simple one-pager, one-page outline, your 5 points, a story for each. Let's give the speech again. He stood up, he spoke, I recorded it, we watched it. As soon as it was done, he turned to me and says, my God, TJ, you're a genius, I love it. Now, truth is, I'm not a genius. I didn't do anything brilliant. I just got him to stop reading. It's incredibly boring to read. Now, you may be a prime minister, you may be a CEO, you might be a student in the 10th grade. It doesn't really matter. If you have to read a speech and it's a boring data dump and you're not looking at people, chances are it's not going to work out very well. You're going to bore people. Far better off to do what this prime minister did, what I get most of my clients to do, which is let's forget with the whole written script. Let's narrow it down to 5 ideas, a story for each one, and talk. Okay, so what's the point of this story? The point is, don't read a speech. Narrow your messages down to a handful, have a story for each one, and you'll actually love what you see. That's the point of the story. Now, there's some other little messages I want to send there. I do find it helps my credibility when my clients know that I've trained all over the world. There's a little bit of, excitement there and drama that makes it more interesting, makes them more comfortable knowing I've dealt with people in a lot of different areas. But it also, I think, makes me come across humble, because I admit it's not that I'm some brilliant expert that magically converted this guy into a great speaker. I just got him to tear up his script and to speak using simple notes. So that's the main message. It works for him, and it frankly works for almost anyone. Get rid of the whole written 20-page speech that you're reading. Work from a single sheet of notes with stories.